Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're heading high into the Himalayas, exploring Spiti Valley.
hmm
It's this place you hear about, raw, remote, totally unique, definitely one of India's most incredible sort of off the beaten path spots.
Yeah, it really is. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that we're not just, listing sites. Our mission really is to give you a feel for the place itself. How to get there, which is an adventure in itself, what to do, eat, maybe bring back, and crucially, the best time to even attempt the journey.
Right.
It's about understanding what makes Speedy. Well, Speedy, it stands apart.
Okay, so you mentioned remoteness right off the bat. That's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually reach Spiti? What are the logistics?
Yeah, that's definitely the first part of the adventure. There are basically two main ways in.
Right.
The first one, probably the most famous, is the route via Manali.
Okay.
This one.
Hmm.
Wow, the landscapes are just unreal. Think huge valleys, bright rivers, peaks scraping the sky. And this is a big, but it's only open for a short window, usually mid-June to early October.
Why is that? Snow.
Exactly. Heavy snowfall. You're crossing really high passes like Rotang and Kunzum La. They're completely blocked for most of the year. So amazing drive, yes, but you absolutely have to time it right.
Got it. So if you can't travel then, or maybe want something a bit less intense, what's the alternative?
The other main option is coming via Shimla. Now, this route tends to stay open much longer, most of the year actually, though, really heavy snow can still close it temporarily. It's a longer drive for sure.
Longer, okay.
Yeah, quite a bit longer, but it's often seen as safer, maybe a more gradual climb and altitude too.
And getting to Manali or Shimla, how does that work? Airports, trains,
Right. So for trains, your nearest main stations are Kalka or Chandigarh.
flights?
Well, Puntar Airport near Kulu is closest for the Manali route, but Chandigarh usually has better flight connections from major cities.
Okay.
And from any of those points, Kalta, Chandigarh, Puntar, you've still got a significant road trip ahead, driving yourself or often taking local buses.
Ah, the local buses. An experience, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Winding roads, incredible views, definitely part of the Speedy experience itself.
Okay, so you've made the journey, tackled the roads, you're in Spiti. It sounds like it's not your typical tourist trail. More raw, spiritual, lots of Tibetan culture.
Exactly. It hits differently. And yeah, there are some absolute highlights you shouldn't miss. First up, probably Key Monastery. People call it the crown jewel.
Hmm.
It's this incredible 1,000-year-old Buddhist monastery just perched right on top of a hill. The views down to the Spiti River are just jaw-dropping. But it's more than the view. It's a living place. 1,000 years of faith and survival in this tough environment really makes you think.
1,000 years. Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a place that really makes you pause. What else?
You definitely have to see Chandrila Lake, the Lake of the Moon.
Oh, yeah?
High altitude, crystal clear, shaped like a crescent moon, camping nearby under those stars. With zero light pollution. It's magical. Pure peace.
That's incredible.
Then there's Tabo Monastery. This one's even older in parts, dating back to 996 AD. It's famous for its ancient murals, really intricate artwork. They call it the Ajanta of the Himalayas. Unlike Key on its hilltop, Tabo feels more grounded, nestled in the valley. Very different vibe.
Okay, Key and Tabo. And I heard something about a really high post office. Is that right?
Huh. Yes. That's Hikim Village. It boasts the world's highest post office.
No way.
Yeah, you can actually send a postcard from there. It feels kind of amazing, like sending a message from the edge of the world, a tiny connection from this vast, isolated place.
That's a definite must-do then.
Totally. And speaking of high places, Kamek and Langza villages are up there too, some of the highest villages in the world with year-round residents. Langza has this huge Buddha statue looking out over everything, and you can find fossils there.
Fossils, like sea fossils.
Exactly, marine fossils. Reminders that this whole area was once under the sea. It's mind-blowing.
Wow.
And if you're into wildlife, Pin Valley National Park is the spot. Chance to see ibex, maybe even a snow leopard if you're incredibly lucky.
A snow leopard. That
Yeah.
would be something else.
It's rare, but possible. Even just being in that wild landscape is special.
Okay, that's an amazing list. All that exploring, high altitude, must make you hungry. What's the food situation like? Simple and hearty, I'm guessing?
Spot on. It's perfect for the climate. Simple, warming, makes the most of what's available. You absolutely have to try thukpa. It's a noodle soup, really comforting.
Classic Himalayan.
Yeah. And tingmo, it's this steamed Tibetan bread, like a soft bun, often served with a spicy vegetable curry. Really good. Then there's chirp, dried yak cheese.
Yak cheese, what's that like?
It's chewy, Very long-lasting, local snack on it. It's definitely different. Shows the resourcefulness.
I see. And the tea, I heard it's unique.
Ah, yes. Butter tea, pocha. Salty, buttery, made with yak milk usually.
Salty tea.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste for most visitors, let's be honest. But it's vital for warmth and energy there and such a core part of the culture, worth trying for the experience.
Got it. Butter tea. And momos, I assume.
Of course. Can't miss the momos. Steamed or fried. Usually veg fillings are common. Always delicious. And a lovely thing is, many homestays grow their own vegetables in summer, so you get these really fresh organic meals. Simple, but made with care.
That sounds wonderful. That connection to the land.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so after eating, maybe you want to keep sake. You said earlier it's about soul, not souvenirs. What kind of things capture that Spiti spirit?
Yeah, it's not about mass-produced stuff. Think handmade woolens, gloves, socks, mufflers, really warm, authentic, supporting local artisans.
Nice. Practical, too.
Definitely. You can also find local herbs and teas. Sea buckthorn tea is a big one, tangy, full of vitamins, reflects the local plants. And then there are spiritual items, prayer flags, obviously, maybe small thankas, those Buddhist paintings, and singing bowls.
Right.
And don't forget the postcards from Hikim. That's a truly unique souvenir, a collector's item almost.
Perfect. Okay, final logistics. Accommodation, you mentioned homestays.
Yeah.
And the absolute best time to go.
Right. Accommodation is mainly homestays. They're usually basic, yeah, but incredibly warm and welcoming. You really live with the family, share meals. It's the best way to experience the culture, I think. The hospitality is amazing.
Sounds like the way to go.
There are some guest houses, too, in Casa and Tabo, mainly, if you want something a bit more like a small hotel. Now, timing. This is key. If you want the full experience, see everything, have the passes open, you need to go between June and October.
June to October. That's the main season.
That's the window. Clear skies, usually, manageable temperatures, the whole circuit is accessible.
Okay. And winter. You mentioned it's possible, but...
Winter, November to March, roughly. That's
Okay.
intense. It's for the seriously adventurous, the prepared.
How
I
intense.
think it's minus 20 degrees Celsius, even colder sometimes. The valley is frozen, silent, beautiful in a stark way. But access is tough, roads block easily, resources are limited. It's a totally different trip. Profound solitude. But yeah, only for the bold.
Wow. Quite the contrast. It really sounds like Spiti asks something of you as a visitor, but gives back something profound. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway?
I think Spiti is more than just a place you visit. It kind of gets under your skin. It humbles you. It definitely forces you to slow down. In our super connected world, it makes you disconnect to actually reconnect with nature, with simplicity, maybe with yourself, which raises a question, doesn't it? In this always-on world, what's the real value of going somewhere truly remote like this? What does slowing down like that actually teach us?
That's a great question to ponder. So if you're feeling that pull to unplug, to really connect with something vast and quiet and slow, maybe Spiti Valley is calling. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into a truly remarkable corner of the world. Until next time, stay curious and keep